Hello my friends and welcome. Let's go to the front lines update. Just a light change on the south near to Novoprokopivka. Ukrainian army moves ahead to reach the Russian defense lines. In some parts, Ukraine has already touched the Russian defense lines, and in this small area there was the break through the Russian defense, and here also the light advancement of Ukrainian army. Why is it getting harder? Because there is the elevation, as you see, and as I showed you in one of my videos, that this is the high ground and this is the lower ground. It is always harder to reach the high ground, but then it would be much easier for Ukraine to get through this defense line. As for the deep state military maps, I guess I'm too early to record this video because they haven't published any of the updates for today, and today is Saturday. I just hope that we're gonna get the update from the Leopatd village. There Ukraine advanced quite a lot. More about the south. For the first time I saw the drone video of the Leopard 2 tank in action against the Russian T-72 tanks. My friends, sorry I'm unable to upload the full video over here because of the rules of this platform, but it is available on my Telegram channel. So here you can see the Leopard 2 tank, and it started the fire near to this crossroad. So there is the smoke from the main gun of the tank. It means that it is in action, a real fight. And across the road there is the Russian T-72 tank and two more in those bushes. So guess what happened to it? Kaput, causing the ammunition of the tank to kaboom. That is why it may look so powerful like artillery job. So two more Russian tanks start to run away from the place. They were very close to the explosion. The smoke you see coming is the dust and the exhaust from the diesel engine. It seems like the first recorded drone video of the Leopard 2 in action. Well, personally, I haven't seen those kind of videos before. Wow, the new kaboom in Crimea. But before we continue with those news, let me tell you about the partner and the sponsor of my channel. It is the Atlas VPN. They have the exclusive deal for my subscribers, where you may get the Atlas VPN Premium for just $170 per month, plus 6 months for free. This offer is the best one on the market for the premium VPN services. So why do you need the VPN? Let me tell you. It has military encryption standards, strongly securing your data and your devices from being reached by government, unwanted ads, and also hackers. Yes, you may say hackers, why do they need my account? Well, actually, my friends, I got personal experience that my pilot blog channel dedicated to aviation was hacked. Then I was using public Wi-Fi. All of my videos were deleted, and after that hackers told me to send Bitcoin for them and they will open access to my own account. I didn't transfer anything and just started the new channel with the same name. And obviously after that case I use the VPN all of the time, and for me personally Atlas VPN is the best VPN out there. It has a security breach device monitoring feature, so it alerts me that someone tries to reach my device. Then I use the public Wi-Fi. Then I see that message, I disconnect from that public Wi-Fi. Atlas VPN is very fast. It guarantees you the best streaming connection, then you watch movies on Netflix. And also by changing your virtual location you may get access to watch all of the movies, all of the series on Netflix platform. It helped me a lot. And now my friends, please check out my personal link in the video description just below, or scan the QR code available on the screen. There you may get the Atlas VPN Premium for just $170 per month plus 6 months for free. The best offer available. So what are you waiting for? Hurry up to join the club. Okay, this kaboom happened in Feodosia, Crimea. Locals reported about the explosions, and after there was the huge fire. The similar stuff happened in Simferopol, which is the biggest city in Crimea. The Russian base was attacked, the military one. This is the Russian base. As you can see, someone is definitely smoking. Alright, quite a rare footage of the kaboomed Russian counter-artillery radar. So here is the antenna, and we have two of the units which they hide in the bushes. Luckily this antenna was spotted by the Ukrainian drone and later on was targeted. Actually those systems are very rare for the Russian army nowadays because most of them were kaboomed by the Ukrainian Ukrainian HIMARS systems. This system was targeted by the Ukrainian artillery standard systems, but they have the very long range compared to the Russian or Soviet-made systems. Plus, the Ukrainian army is not in lack of the counter-artillery radars. Our guys caused the Russian army severe losses in artillery. According to the latest information, Ukraine started to target the Russian positions behind Andriivka. Those are the positions. This is the screenshot that was taken this morning from the drone. As you can see, many of the artillery fire, but it's not the artillery. This is non-directional missiles that were launched from the Sukhoi Su-25 attack airplane. And this is the railroad that goes across Klishivka, Andriivka and other small villages around. So I'm quite optimistic about the progress of Ukrainian army in the Bakhmut area too, but just on the south part. The north assault stopped. The Secretary of the United Nations, Guterres, says that there is no political solution of the war in Ukraine, at least in the nearby future, because both of the sides of this war see the military decision and ending of this conflict. Russia wants to get more territories and put the puppet government in Kiev. Ukraine wants to liberate all of its land. So to continue this war, Russia is looking for 2 million more artillery shells for their army. They want to produce those inside the Russian Federation. But how many artillery shells Russia used for 1.5 years? 10 million. That's a lot. Also, it says that their artillery is not that precise. The Ukrainian army uses much less artillery shells, but we have very precise artillery which were supplied by our allies to Ukraine. For Ukraine, this year is also the plan for 2 million shells. 1 million we should have gotten from the European Union, and the other million produced in Ukraine and in the United States and other allies, who luckily still support us. As you see, the equal parameters here, equal resources for now. Ukraine needs more. And as for Russia, they used lots of the resources at the very beginning because they were sure about their victory that will never happen. Some of the Western resources say that Kim Jong-un is close to agree the supplyment of the military help to the Russian Federation. Before it was totally different. Russia supplied North Korea with all of the necessary weaponry. In return for the Soviet standard shells and rocket artillery munition, North Korea wants the military technology from the Russian side. Also, humanitarian support, basically food for their poor country. But there could be also the great news for Ukraine. The United States of America seems to agree to supply the ATACMS missiles to Ukraine. At least we have this information in the media resources. The ATACMS alone is not going to be the game changer in this war, but in cooperation with, for example, F-16s with HIMARS, it will help a lot. It will target the main Russian supply lines, including the Kerch Bridge, and Russia has nothing to respond to this missile. We have the latest update from the Oryx resource for the last 3 days. So Russia totally lost 65 of the vehicles, Ukraine 24. Those numbers should be inverted according to the military strategy books, because then you are on assault, you lose much more. For the last 3 days, Russia lost 12 of the tanks, Ukraine 5. Speaking about the Caterpillar armored vehicles, not the tanks, but for example BMD or Bradleys, Russia lost 19 and Ukraine 4. So totally for tanks and those vehicles, Russia lost 31, Ukraine 9. For artillery, Russia lost 6 of the units, Ukraine 3. So Russia loses 2 times more of artillery because they're in lack of the counter-artillery radars. That is what we have, and that is what brings Ukraine the success on the front lines nowadays. Yes, it is very slow, but we need to save our army. That is why we have such a low losses. We move forward slowly. But if Ukraine starts the massive counterattack involving all of the forces, it will bring the devastation for Ukrainian army. Yes, we'll have more ground for the short period of time, but for what cost? So what is happening right now is the strategy of Ukrainian commanders, and I do believe in them. It seems like Russia has the pre-war activity in their commercial ports. According to analytics, Russia imported many more goods this year, so they equal the year 2021 before the war. Why is it happening? Basically because many of the countries do not apply sanctions on Russia like Western countries. They continue to trade with Russia as before. We are speaking about China, India, Southeast Asia, many of the African countries and the countries in South America. Unfortunately, they support the Russian economy. That is why till now the Russian economy haven't collapsed. But everything will be in the future. Believe me, we just need more time for it. Okay guys, I was just reviewing the video of the Leopard 2 that I showed you before the fight with the Russian tanks. Actually, Leopard missed, I think, the target. The target was damaged. And with its own power, the tank evacuated from the place. So there were actually two of the tanks, and this is basically the dust from the ground. Let's speak about the other possible conflict. So you can see the Z sign on this track, but those are not Russians. This is the Azerbaijan track, which they sent closer to Armenian borders. You can see that it's not the standard Z sign, it is crossed over here. That's the difference. Also, the crossed F letters were spotted too on many of the tracks and armored vehicles. What is happening actually? Armenia decided to perform the elections in so-called Nagorno-Karabakh. Azerbaijan in its turn against those elections. That is why they sent many more of the armored vehicles, heavy armored vehicles and tracks to that place. Armenia and Iran also started to send their forces. Iran said that it will join this conflict if Azerbaijan tries to get the territories from Armenia. Alright, more about the Elon Musk and Starlink. I think I should clarify it because I said about the stuff in my latest video. So he says that Starlink was not active over Crimea and it was just the request from the Ukrainian authorities to activate it for the military missions. He wrote that the SpaceX did not deactivate anything, as we say, in the middle of the mission. Initially, that information was coming from the mainstream media, and they say that they got it from the military officials. So should we believe Elon Musk or the mainstream media? I guess both of those sources are not trustworthy. Everything here is very simple. Elon Musk was against that attack and was not willing to help Ukraine. Now Pentagon is on duty for the management of the Starlink antennas and they provide the good signal for Ukrainian army. Before it happened, Elon Musk was against everything. We had the bad signal on the east and no signal in Crimea. The story now is more or less clarified. According to the latest information, Ukraine has crossed the river and advanced towards Novomayorsk. I thought that river was very difficult to cross because at some areas it is quite wide, but Ukraine managed it, so the battle now is ongoing for this village. Today Ukraine launched the very big Ukrainian flag from Avdiivka. It followed the wind and entered Donetsk. Locals start to film this flying object. The huge flag that was not targeted by the air defense since it's invisible for their radars. Still no update from the deep state military map. I hope they're gonna make it very soon and we'll see more advancements of Ukrainian army. Guys, I have the brief announcement. I restored my Instagram page. Yes, I don't really like Meta resources. I deleted my Facebook long time ago and I deleted my Instagram, but I don't see the competition for the Instagram platform is still the most popular platform for that, for the stories, for the pictures. Why I'm going to use it? Just for my personal lifestyle to share with you. Soon I'm gonna go through the training to get the European pilot license in France. Actually, I'm going there in just 6 hours. So now I need to edit this video very fast and go. The flying starts the day after tomorrow. Well, actually for now I'm not planning to go to commercial, otherwise I'll not be able to post the videos and to provide you with a good content. But the general aviation is pretty much okay for me, just not to forget the flying itself. Plus the commercial transition from that stage of general aviation would be much faster. Then the war is over, I'm planning to continue my flight career. Thank you for listening all of that unnecessary stuff, but I just want to share it with you. The Instagram is in a link, you may check out my stories and photos. And now don't forget to press the like to this video. Also, please check out my personal link in the video description just below, where you may find the Atlas VPN Premium with astonishing discount, specially made for my followers. My friends, I wish you all a peaceful sky wherever you are, and have a great time.